what's new. Get ready.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to episode 22 of the Play to Win podcast. My name is Tyler, and I'm joined this week, of course, by my amazing co-host, Keiran. As always, how are you doing? It's nice to have you here on the show again, as always. What's going on?
Well, Tyler, it's great to be here. Pretty good week. I haven't been, super rushed off my feet, but last couple of days have been a little bit hectic. I'm super busy planning like a D&D game for tomorrow, and I've been doing a bunch of stuff with my grandfather's, but other than that, not much.
Yeah, so it's nice that you haven't had too busy a week.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I've had a very busy week, fully transitioned into my new position at my job, which has just had me, thank you for the claps, which has just had me basically like head down in my work all day, every day. And like, I was able to like half watch the Gamescom thing, which we'll talk about later on in the show, but I was able to half watch it. But at the same time, I'm also like doing other work, and it's just like I can't fully pay attention to it. On top of, like I get home and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm super tired, and then just busy with other stuff as well, other life things. So it's been a heck of a week for me, but somehow I was able to barely manage to keep up with the gaming news and stuff. So we're here. We are here. And we are ready to do this. It's going to be a very packed show because we have a lot to talk about, a lot of big news. Because this is the Play to Win podcast where we talk about the week's biggest gaming news. We break it all down through in-depth discussion. Remember, you can follow us over on Twitter and Instagram at Play to Win Game for updates on the show. Any other little things we might post, little previews of new episodes whenever they go live. And, you can just talk to us over there. Send us questions if you may have any questions for us to talk about during our question of the episode segment. Because we know you're always still free to send in questions, even though we kind of don't do it weekly anymore. You're still able to send us questions in for that segment. And also subscribe to us over on YouTube. Of course, Play to Win. Subscribe to us over there. Turn on the notification bell. That way you know when new videos go live. Share all the videos, like, comment, all that stuff. There was no Friday video this past week because, as I said, it was my week for a video and I had no time to make a video. And I did not want to like just throw something together super last minute just to be like, and it's just like a low quality video just to be like, I got something, Dad. I did a thing. And I got it in on time. So there was no video this past Friday, but I intend to have one out this coming Friday, the week that this video goes live. Well, that this episode of the podcast goes live. So keep an eye out for that. And of course, also subscribe to us on podcast services, share, like, review, leave all the stars, leave all the comments. It's all very much appreciated. We thank you all so much for listening and watching each and every week like you all do. With all that being said and all that housekeeping stuff out of the way, we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this episode. We got a lot to talk about. So this week on the Play to Win podcast, it was showcase week. Just gaming showcase after gaming showcase. And our main topics are the Destiny 2 showcase, the Xbox Gamescom showcase, and then Gamescom Opening Night Live. We're going to talk about them in that order. But first, we have a few brief mentions. And when we say a few, we actually mean a few.
Yeah.
As in less than 10. It is really crazy how that happened. So our very first brief mention here, the games with gold for September have been announced. They are Warhammer Chaos Bane, which will be available from September 1st to September 30th. We have Moonlaka from September 16th to October 15th. The Zone of the Enders HD collection is available from September 1st to September 15th. And then Samurai Showdown 2 is available from September 16th to September 30th. Keiran, what do you think of this lineup?
Well, I've had last month's and this month's and next month's pulled up on my MacBook for a little bit now. because I want to just compare last month. You know, you got Darksiders 3, Ukulele, Lost Planet, and fourth one
Mhm.
was Garou, Mark of the Wolves. I think that's how you say that. Pretty good month, I would say. You know, Darksiders 3, Ukulele, especially.
Yeah.
And then you go back to same as the usual this month. Just, I mean, Warhammer, you know, that I think that's probably the only one in here that I would argue is like okay. But the rest of them, nah, back to the same old Microsoft not taking Games of Gold seriously, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, I have not played Zone of the Enders, but I know that Zone of the Enders has a big cult following. So I would argue that that one is a
Okay.
big-ish one here. But I mean, as a whole, this month doesn't seem to stand out all that much.
No, and no, especially when you compare it to last month.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was taking away from it as well. Sorry, Keiran. I'm sorry.
No. You know, Microsoft do better.
Okay. Next up, we got some Starfield teasing actually. Bethesda, they released 3 videos. They were like basically like motion concept art videos that tease 3 different locations in Starfield. I have not watched all of them fully. I only saw like a brief snippet of one of them, but I saw the picture for each of them. And I'm looking at them. I'm just like, man, these worlds are going to be really cool and really interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited and interested to see like what they look like in game. That's going to be a sight to see.
Yeah, I agree. I think I've seen all of them now. Watched them before the show. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's Bethesda. Just take your time, work on the game, show us when you got something good.
Maybe release Skyrim a few more times in between then.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I would not be surprised if they managed to release it one more time after like this upcoming anniversary version. Would not be surprised. EA confirmed that the next Skate will be coming to PC. I believe this is the first time in the franchise that this is happening. But if not, it's just coming to PC. That is very cool. EA has also made Apex Legends the ping system. Let me rephrase this, from Apex Legends, as well as a number of other accessible features from different games available to others to use for free, which is good. That's very good. Don't charge people to use these accessibility features. Just put them on out there. I'm going to skip this next one real quick because I have a bit to say about it. Okay. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, it did get a 60 FPS patch, which is cool. If you are interested in Assassin's Creed Odyssey and still play it, that would have been nice to have when I played the game. Oh well, missed the boat on that one. I'm not going back to Odyssey. So there was also a Fortnite / Martin Luther King Jr. event that had experience. Let me rephrase it. That happened in Fortnite. I think it's still going on. Where basically it was like Fortnite was working in collaboration with Time and a few other organizations, where basically you get brought to the location of the March on Washington. And you have the I Have a Dream speech playing in the background. And it's kind of like you could say like a museum type experience. Like you walk around, they have different locations there. And I didn't do it, but I just go on based off what I've seen and read. And different locations there that kind of like tell you about, things during the time period and all like that and stuff. And it's great that Fortnite is, this place where you can have a thing like this to educate the players and those who might not know about it on these things. They had, if I'm right, last year they had a talk. They had like an event that happened in the game where it was like for African American people. They had like a discussion, I think, about just like the Black experience in America. I believe is what the conversation was. I didn't watch it. I just remember hearing about it. So like things like that. It's like with how big a thing Fortnite is and the platform it has and the metaverse that they're trying to make with Fortnite, being able to do things like that in the game to educate people and like bring the discussion to a much larger audience that might not be aware of it. It's great. The thing with this Martin Luther King Jr. thing, I think it's great. I saw a lot of people though looking at this like saying, "Nah, this ain't it, fam." And I think that I understand both sides of the argument because a lot of them are like, Fortnite is not the place for it. And the reason that a lot of them are saying it is because of the fact that Epic didn't do a thing. Epic didn't make it so that you go into this event in like the default skin. You were able to go into it, as far as I know, wearing whatever skin you wanted, doing any emote. So they're like, if you go online, there's clips of the alien, the xenomorph, and Rick from Rick and Morty, just standing there and looking at stuff. You got Master Chief going on in, doing the Gangnam Style dance and doing all the different emotes and stuff, and like all the Fortnite dances and everything. So when you have an experience like this, and then you have the counter of the tone of Fortnite with all the weird, crazy crossover skins and all the different emotes and dances and stuff that you can do in this space, in this particular space, the tonal dissonance is just massive and very weird and off-putting. It makes it just seem like out of place and like it shouldn't be the case at all.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like they messed up on this. I think like the idea is great. And I think if you made it so everyone was just a default skin, there are no emotes that you can do at all. It's literally just, we are here, you're looking at this, you're reading this, you're witnessing all this. It would have been received better. But with how it was, it was just like, I get what you're going for. And I appreciate the intent, but this isn't it. This isn't it at all. Yeah. So that happened. That's the thing that happened. I think it is still going on. I don't remember the dates that they had announced for it, but it's a thing. And the final brief mention here, we got a bit of an update for the Activision Blizzard lawsuit. It has been updated, like some of the wording in it has been updated, and I think they've added a few extra things to it. I haven't really gotten to read over it all, which is why I'm not going into too much detail about it. But I do know that the lawsuit, the DFEH, is also accusing Activision Blizzard now of having HR shred documents that are related to the lawsuit. So, it's just one thing after another over there. I actually forgot to put this in the brief mentions, but this kind of goes hand in hand with the Activision Blizzard lawsuit. The Overwatch team is renaming McCree, because he was formerly named after Jesse McCree, who was involved in the whole Cosby suite, everything going on over there at Activision Blizzard. The character is going to be renamed. The Overwatch team announced that there was an event that was going to be happening in September that was like really not revolving around McCree, but he had heavy story involvement in it. And they want to rework the name change into the story. So the story event is being delayed, and just a new free-for-all map is coming in September. The story event is being delayed some other time later on this year. So it's good that the Overwatch team is doing that. And they also said that in the future, no characters will be named after real life people, because they want to have Overwatch be, really inclusive and all like that. And having real people names attached to characters in the game can lead to situations like the one they're in now. So that is the thing that's happening. And those are all of our brief mentions for this episode. Got them pretty quickly. Do you have any thoughts on those final two at all? Because I know I just kind of said those things.
No, I mean, I think I'm with you on the Fortnite event. That, like, I appreciate the intent. Sounds like it could have been done in a better way, to be more impactful. And then the Blizzard stuff doesn't surprise me in the slightest. That given what we now know about Blizzard, they were like, hey, yeah, you should maybe shred these documents. So that's really bad, just off the bat. And I'm glad they are renaming McCree.
Right. And I forgot one more thing, I guess, that could kind of that goes in with all that. The Call of Duty Vanguard Alpha is happening this weekend. And people discovered that in an unpatched version of the alpha or the game in general, the Activision logo is there. But in the patched version, it's not. So again, because if you've noticed in the trailers for the game recently, the Activision logo has not been in any of it at all. And it's people kind of suspected it's Activision trying to remove their name from the Call of Duty branding in the light of everything that's going on. But the name being there in the pre-patch and then not being there in the actual patch version kind of like solidifies, they're trying to
Yeah.
remove their name from this stuff so that there's no association with Call of Duty and people don't kind of, realize everything going on.
Mhm.
Shady stuff over there at Activision.
Yep.
Really shady stuff. But now we're going to get into our actual first news story of the episode, that being the Destiny 2 Witch Queen reveal event that happened earlier this week. Bungie, they held a nice big showcase in which they finally gave us our first look at the next update, the next expansion to Destiny 2, being the Witch Queen. They gave us a reveal trailer that was like a cinematic one, in which the Witch Queen Savathun, we see her on the planet that this takes place on. I think they named the planet. I don't remember if they did. But we see her there, and we see we see a fire team of Guardians on the planet with what I believe to be new armor from this upcoming expansion. And then we saw a gameplay trailer as well, showcasing some of the different enemies we'll be fighting against. Notably, the Hive on this planet, they're able to use the light because of Savathun, and they now have ghosts like the Guardians do, which can bring them back to life. So now there are like some Hive enemies that are supposed to be like the Warlocks, the Hunters, and remind me of the third one.
Titans.
Remind me of the Titans. I knew it started with a T. I'm sitting here, I'm like, it's not Tank though. They're supposed to be the Tank, but it's not Tank. There are Hive versions of each of the Guardian subclasses. And if they die, you gotta when you kill them, you actually have to like destroy their ghost, or else they will come back. It's super cool stuff that they showed. I didn't watch the reveal of it live. I didn't watch any of it at all, actually. I just read details about it afterwards. But Keiran he knows more about this than I do. I will say though, before we get into it, reading about what this expansion has and is bringing, and kind of seeing the trailers has made me want to get back into Destiny 2 very much. And just like Beyond Light did, except I didn't get into Beyond Light at all. But I think with this one, I'm actually going to do it. I just need the right time to for things to fall into place for me to do so. But now, Keiran, please tell us about the Witch Queen, which is coming on February 22nd. Take it away, my friend.
Yes. So I did watch the event live because I was like Destiny is one of those games that like I really love the game. I really love playing the game. I love everything about it. I like the lore, but I never play it because I don't have anyone to play it with. But after the showcase, I very much was like, I need to get really into Destiny because I really want to play this. But as Tyler said, the Witch Queen will be released February 22nd next year. With that expansion, weapon crafting is being added, which I'm looking forward to, which kind of goes hand in hand with the next thing I have in this, which is they're adding a new weapon type called the glaive, which is their first person melee weapon. When you use a sword, it's third person.
Right.
One of my favorite things about this new weapon is that you can't find it. It's not like, like you finish a dungeon or a raid or a strike or something and you're gonna get a glaive. You'll get a part of a glaive, or you'll do things that I don't think they revealed specifically how you build the glaive, whether it's just like you get parts as rewards, or you actually have to go. I imagine it might be similar to like exotic weapon quests, where you have to go and like do this thing and then do this thing and then kill this many people with this type of weapon, and then it will eventually unlock like this part of the glaive.
Right.
It's how I think they're going to do weapon crafting, considering that's what they do for exotic weapons now, is you have to like earn them basically. But the glaive takes up your energy weapon slot and is used in first person, unlike the swords that are used in third, as I previously said.
Question real quick.
Yep.
What do you feel about weapon crafting? Like, how do you feel about it? Did they really specify or like talk in detail or anything about like how weapon crafting is going to work and function and all like that? And if they didn't, just how do you feel about it being added to Destiny in general, given all the different layers of complexity that Destiny already has and stuff?
They didn't talk specifics. I think that I can remember anyway. They just said that weapon crafting is being added alongside the Witch Queen, and it like the first thing they were going to introduce with that is the glaive. I'm excited. I like the like I say, I don't really, I haven't really done like exotic quests or gone on any of that sort of stuff because I don't play with people. So it kind of takes like most of the fun out of the game, in my opinion. But I still go through and play storylines and stuff.
Side
But
note, real quick. Whenever I played Destiny 2, I was always a solo player.
yeah,
I very rarely played with other people, but I still had a lot of fun and still like did, a bunch of the
mm,
exotic quests and stuff like that. Obviously, raids, like I would do the LFG back in the day and LFG
yeah,
for a raid and stuff like that. But I'm certain that post Forsaken, well, starting with Forsaken and on, I'm sure like they actually things probably have changed a lot in terms of from when I played and what
mm.
things are like now. But whenever I played, like I was always a solo guy. I played with my cousin sometimes, but other than that, I did everything solo. I always had fun playing it like that.
Yeah. I mean, not saying like I don't have fun playing Destiny by myself. I just think it would
Yeah,
be so much better with like a proper fire team to play with. But
yeah,
I'm excited for weapon crafting. I like the idea of not just like, getting a random drop as part of a quest reward and you have to like actually go through and be like, okay, I need to go and do this thing because I really want to get this weapon in particular, which I need to craft. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. And it like kind of I think I told you this before the show, but like the first thing I did after watching the showcase was I'm in a Destiny 2 group on Facebook and I was like, I need people to play with because I really, really, really want to get like really deep into Destiny to the
Yeah.
point where like I'm playing it like I don't know, maybe like 1 or 2 nights a week with like a specific fire team to go and do raids and dungeons and all this kind of stuff with. But no, I'm excited for weapon crafting. I'm excited just to get back into the game, really.
Mhm.
One thing that I probably won't be taking advantage of because I'm not very good at video games is legendary mode, which is a new optional difficulty mode in which enemies will hit harder and respawns will be limited. This difficulty mode will also scale depending on how many guardians are in your fire team.
Okay, that's good.
It sounds similar to like Grandmaster Nightfalls in what like
Okay.
in like difficulty like in the way that like makes it more difficult, enemies hit harder, limited respawns. But Grandmaster does not scale with how many people are in your fire team. So that's
Okay.
I think that's kind of the big deciding factor between them is that this does scale depending on how many people you have.
And it
Um,
seems like just based off of what I'm reading here, it seems like this is a mode that can be added that you can choose for any mission, just like how normal missions you
yeah,
have like normal, easy, hard, and then let this will be the next one, as opposed to like the nightfalls. It's like this is the one nightfall for the week.
yeah,
It's like this is an option you could choose for anything and everything at any time.
yeah. I mean, it certainly sounds like it. I can't again. I can't remember if they said specifics, but I think this is just like you say for everything.
Cool.
Next up, the final expansion in the Light versus Darkness storyline was revealed and is called Destiny 2: The Final Shape. How this is the last expansion in the Light versus Darkness storyline. It is not the last expansion in Destiny 2. There will be a new storyline after this. This is just the finale in the current like Forsaken Beyond Light, Witch Queen, Lightfall, I think it's called.
Right.
It's yeah, which like did obviously they didn't show anything for because it's
Yeah.
at least 2 years away because they've got Witch Queen next year. In fact, no, it's at least 3 years away because they have Witch Queen next year, Lightfall year after, Final Shape year after. Not sure how I feel about the name.
Yeah, I'm sure the name will like actually make sense
Yeah,
come time. Like I wouldn't be surprised if like we have an idea of what that name is supposed to mean after Witch Queen is done.
yeah,
It is an interesting name though. And I know that they said like once Bungie went independent, and they always said that yeah, Destiny 2 is gonna live on its own for a long time. And they're saying here, this is not this final shape is not the final expansion for Destiny 2 content. I do wonder if at any point in time a Destiny 3 will happen. Like I imagine if it does, it's a long, long ways out.
oh, absolutely.
But I genuinely do wonder if a Destiny 3 will happen. And if it does, like how much more Destiny 2 content there will be. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I think I can't remember. Well, I can't remember if they said that they. I think they've said they don't plan on making a Destiny 3.
Okay.
They will just continue to update Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
But plans change down the road. I don't know if that's final or
Yeah.
not.
I also do wonder when PS4 and Xbox One support gets dropped, because the original Destiny launched on the PS3 and 360 as well, and that eventually they got support dropped for them eventually. I think maybe when Taken King came out, if not then the following year.
Yeah.
So I wonder when it'll drop for PS4 and Xbox One. The new consoles have been out for almost a year now at this point. Maybe I wouldn't be surprised if the Witch Queen is the final piece of content that Xbox One and PS4 get. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if when the next big event happens in terms of like showcasing what Lightfall is going to be.
Yeah.
If when that happens, they say, hey, Lightfall is PS5 and Xbox Series and PC only. It's not going to be on PS4 and Xbox One. I wouldn't be surprised. At that point, the consoles will be 10 years old by that point.
Yeah.
At a certain point, you got to cut things off.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. I don't agree. I think after the final shape, they're gonna say no more.
Nah, I don't buy that. I don't believe that they will try and hold, because again, it all comes back to holding the console, holding the newer hardware back. And final shape, if we're assuming, won't be out till 2024, which at that point the old consoles will be 11 years old and the new consoles will have been out for 4 years. I don't believe that they will keep these things going for both consoles and keep holding back what these expansions could actually be by this 10-year-old hardware. I don't believe it. I honestly believe, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the final one. And when Lightfall gets this big blowout and stuff or whatever, they say, hey, also, we have big ambitions for what we want to do. And because of that, we can no longer support Xbox One and PS4. So Lightfall will not be on those platforms. Maybe Lightfall will be the last one.
Yeah. Because it's just in my head, it doesn't make sense because Destiny 2 is a huge game and Bungie's most popular game ever. I don't see them like stopping support for PS4 and Xbox One during this storyline, because like then you're alienating a lot of people, because not everyone is going to want to upgrade to a new console, and a lot of people aren't going to upgrade to a new console just to play this final Destiny expansion. So I can see it happening for sure. Like I don't think it's off the cards, but in my head, it just I don't think they're going to stop supporting it until after this Light versus Darkness storyline is finished.
Yeah, I mean that reasoning totally makes sense as well. I'm just thinking from a development standpoint that they're going to want to cut that off way sooner.
Yeah, I mean, I could also see them being like, there are like additional features you get on next gen. There's like additional, things that we've implemented, or like next gen is the place to play. But I don't see them entirely dropping support for
it. Disagreeing with you on that one. Disagreeing hard with you on that one. But carry on, continue.
Season of the Lost, season 15, was kicked off on the day of the showcase, which was the 24th. In which players return to the Dreaming City to aid Mara Sov in uncovering Savathun's plan. This season features 25 weapons, including stasis weapons. It introduces crossplay, so now people on PS4, Xbox One, PC, Series X, and PS5 can all play together. And it will continue with a weekly series of missions called the Shattered Realm. Season 15 also introduces rework to the Trials of Osiris and introduces the Battle Eye anti-cheat system, which is one of the big things that they have put in this season to help stop people cheating. I imagine in like Crucible and Gambit. I can't see this being a thing, and I assume it's like across the game. I think it's mainly focused in multiplayer aspects.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm very happy that they found that crossplay is in the game now.
Yeah.
Because when I do eventually start playing, it means I'll be able to play with my brother and my stepdad. My brother loves Destiny 2. He plays it a whole lot. And my stepdad plays it a lot as well. So when I actually get back into it, I'll be able to play with them. And that's cool.
Yeah.
So Looking forward to that.
And your co-host.
Oh yeah, that as well. My mistake. Sorry. I like my first thought was just the two of them
Oh
for
no,
sure,
totally, yeah.
because they've been playing for years and everything and stuff. So that'll be cool. Like I've never had a game that I played with my brother aside from Halo when I was over there with him. But that currently there's not a game that him and I play or can play together. So the fact that I'll be able to jump back into Destiny and get refreshed on stuff with them and play the game with them and stuff. That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I don't really have anyone on other platforms that I know that play Destiny, so it doesn't really affect me, but it's good that it's there.
Yeah.
And then winding things down, last couple of points. To celebrate Bungie's 30th anniversary, players can buy a $25 DLC that includes a pirate-themed dungeon in the Cosmodrome's loot cave. This dungeon will drop various exotic weapons, most notably Galahorn from Destiny 1.
Let's go.
Which you will be able to find during that dungeon. It will also include tributes to Bungie's previous games, such as Myth and Marathon. No Halo content. There will be no references or anything to Halo in this anniversary update.
I mean, that I guess one could say it's surprising, but one could also say it's expected because they don't own the IP.
No, I mean that's true, but I thought they might have been able to work something out with. I thought they might have tried to work something out with Microsoft, to use some Halo.
Yeah, I mean this. Although they haven't said anything, like I wouldn't be surprised if like it happened still, but they just haven't announced it yet because they can't.
I would love an armor set that makes me look like Master Chief. That would be great.
You can bet something like that would come. You can bet that would come.
Then last point, you can also expect a new piece of raid or dungeon content every 3 months starting in December, which includes a remake of a Destiny 1 raid. They haven't said which one yet. Additionally, Bungie will be reworking all subclasses to be more in line with the Stasis subclass, starting with the Void subclass later this year, because the Stasis subclass has like a lot more customization than the.
I see.
I can't remember the names of them. It's Void, Fire, and Electric. Arc, I think, is the third one.
Void, Arc, and Solar.
Yep. So yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the subclass reworks because I'm a Void person. There's a subclass that I use. I'm currently using Stasis because it's a new one with. It's actually quite fun to play with. You can freeze people and shatter them. It's a lot of fun. Not hugely into the ultimate though, so I'm going to be excited to see what they come up with for the Void subclass especially.
I see.
Cool. And I also really want them to rework or remake the Taken King raid.
That that is the one raid that I have actually done the most because that came out when I was playing Destiny real hardcore back in college. I was playing it a bunch and I loved that raid. Did that raid a lot. If they remade that raid, I would be all in on that. I would have to find a way to just like be like, hey yo, let me find a time, let me find people, let's do this.
Oh, you can count me in for that. It's my favorite. Like I think that's one of the 2 raids I've done. I kind of should remember what the other one was, but I think it's called Crota's End, if I remember correctly.
That was that was the second raid for the game because that came with the first like major update to Destiny 1. It was that one, and then there was the House of Wolves, and then Taken King came after that, and then there was the following year and stuff. That was a good one. Crota's End, King's Fall is the name of the raid, yes, for Taken King. Crota's End was the raid for a different one.
Yeah. No, I really want them to remaster that one because that one would be great.
I think they would do that. They know people love that one.
But yeah, that is all I have to say about that's all the news that was revealed during the Destiny 2 the Witch Queen showcase. I am so looking for if anyone listening wants to play Destiny, hit me up on Twitter. Yeah, I gotta based off everything that we just talked about here, it sounds really cool. And again, when Beyond Light was revealed and stuff, I was like, oh man, this looks so cool. I gotta get back into Destiny, and then it didn't happen.
But I think this update here is the one that's going to get it for me, mainly because of the crossplay. Like the crossplay and then everything else they're announcing, I'm like, oh man, no, like
Yeah.
this is the time. Like, because I think this is, I know like that every now and then they kind of like vault and sunset certain events.
Yeah.
And I know Forsaken is now the next one that will probably get sunset in like vaulting and stuff. And that is the last thing I did. So I actually, if I want to stay up to date, I need to jump in now so I
Yeah.
can do Beyond Light. No, so I can do Shadow Keep and then Beyond Light and then this. So I got some catching up to do and need to do it soon before stuff is gone.
Yeah. Well, when you do that, let me know. I'll come and help.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yes, that is all from me. I will pass it back to Tyler.
Okay. So now we are going to talk about this Xbox Gamescom showcase that happened. And I didn't watch it live. Keiran, you said you watched bits
Like-
and pieces of it,
like
not the
10,
entire thing
15
though.
minutes.
And I think it was only 2 hours long, I think they said, right?
Sounds about right.
About 2 hours long. And there were some announcements there, but the general consensus based on what I saw online is that this did not need to happen, and it could easily have just been a bunch of press releases.
Mm-hmm. It was an hour and 22 minutes long.
Okay, so not too bad, but I imagine given the format of this and given what was here, it felt like way longer. Because I mean, they did, to their credit, they did confirm beforehand this is just going to be like updates on already announced games and stuff coming to Game Pass, and nothing too major there. They announced that prior. It was so going in with the expectation of this will be like the Xbox E3 games showcase extended, like in that same type of vein. Expect that. Cool. Still though, wasn't all that great apparently.
No.
So let's go through this. And there's a question I have that I wanted to ask you that I mentioned to you before, Shahan, that we'll talk about after we go through all this stuff. And honestly, I'm just going to read these highlights. These are just the highlights. This might be everything that was there too, but I'm just going to read the highlights from the showcase that I kind of pulled from online. Probably won't read the articles, but let's see. The Gunk. I think the Gunk is in the same type of universe as the what do they call it? The Steam Junk games, if I'm right. So the Gunk, it finally has a December release window. No actual solid date, but it's coming in December, which is very cool. I think they showed some gameplay of it as well and all like that. I didn't see it, I didn't watch it, just didn't have a chance to. But that has a December release window. Forza Horizon 5, they revealed a limited edition controller for the game. Well, limited edition controllers based on the game. I think it looks all. I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh my gosh, it looks so great," and I was just like, "It looks all right to me." I thought to me personally, I thought it was doing a bit much, but a little bad. I was like, okay, it looks fine. Keiran, I might have offended you by saying it looks like it's doing too much.
No,
I apologize.
I was agreeing with you. I don't hate it. It looks all right. I might buy it maybe, but it's definitely not. I wouldn't put it up there with some of their best designs. Put it that way.
Yeah, and like they announced 2 other much better looking limited edition controllers the very next day. We'll talk about that when we get there, though. Then there was also a Sea of Thieves Borderlands collaboration announced, which is kind of one of the more bizarre collaborations for that game. I never would have expected that, but based on what I read, there's an event that's going to happen of sorts, and there is a Borderlands themed ship in the game as well, as part of this collaboration. Keiran, do you have any thoughts on this?
There has never been anything I've needed more in my life. No, but in all seriousness, it looks really cool. I will be getting this. Like, I don't care how long I have to play Sea of Thieves for. It will be mine. But yeah, definitely didn't expect it. When I saw it, I was like, this has to be like a fan thing or something. There's no way this is real. And then it was. So you can absolutely count that I will be getting this ship set.
Well, nice. Awesome. I mean, it's a cool looking design they have on the ship.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, this is a crossover that never would have expected at all. It just seems like very out of left field. And like it's out of left field like the Pirates of the Caribbean one was, except this one is more out of left field because it just seems out of place and just weird. Whereas Pirates of the Caribbean and Sea of Thieves is like, okay, it just goes hand in hand with one another. It's perfect.
Yeah, no, I'm the only thing I don't like about it is like, so when you're sailing around in the Sea of Thieves, when you're playing with the people that I play with, that like don't want to draw too much attention to myself. Like I don't want people to like see me from halfway across the map. Like, oh look, there's a ship we can go and sink because we like to sneak up on people and sink them. But this ship set is not for the stealthy. It's very brightly colored.
Yeah. I saw the colors. It's like, okay, well, you are calling attention to yourself if you're using this one. Moving on, Microsoft Flight Simulator is announced to be getting a PvP racing mode. That seems very cool if that is your bag. Crusader Kings 3 was shown off here, confirmed to be coming to consoles, including PS5. I think the PS5 version will have some like DualSense specific features because it's on the PS5, of course. That's cool. State of Decay 2 is getting a Homecoming update, which I believe, based on what I briefly read, takes the map and makes it more open world. Looking at the article here that I have linked, the Homecoming update, it comes September 1st, and it turns the Heartland expansion's linear story-driven map into more of an open, explorable world. This article by Joe Scrubbles. I'm not I've never really been interested in State of Decay. Obviously, I've never played it, but never really seemed all that interesting to me. And based on the reception that I've kind of read for both State of Decay 1 and 2 is that they're good games, but not great. They're just good games that, are fun with the right people, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
What do you feel about State of Decay and 2 and this Homecoming update?
I mean, I've played both of them. I didn't hate them. I wouldn't, it's not something that I like actively play all the time, but like, if people were like, hey, do you want to play State of Decay? I'd be like, sure, yeah. But like, I kind of agree with a lot of people. They're good games. They're not great. I don't really have any opinions on the Homecoming update because I don't have any investment in the game. It's cool. It's being made more open world, and I'm sure, like for the people who do follow that game, because those games do have quite a following in some groups. But like, for me, not something that I'm really going to be taking advantage of. I haven't played State of Decay 2 probably in the last like 2 years. So
it is what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. Another zombie game also appeared on the Xbox Gamescom showcase stage. That being Dying Light 2 came with a brand new trailer. I have not gotten to watch this trailer yet, but I will at some point in time. Based off the trailer's name, though, I believe it's called like Explore the City or City Consequences, something along those lines. Decide the Fate of the City. That's what it's called. So I imagine the trailer probably goes more in depth and shows more about like the choices that you could make with the different factions and stuff and how it affects the city and all. I'm very excited for this game. I'm hoping it's great. I legitimately forgot it's supposed to come out this year in like December, I think. So that's the thing that's happening. I forgot about that.
7th, I think. Hang on.
Yeah, while Kieran's pulling up the date, I'm still very excited for this game. Still looking forward to it. And I still don't. December 7th?
Yep.
That is the day before another big game. We will talk about that later, of course. That is wow. Actually, I did not know that. I hope this game does well when it comes out. I sincerely hope it does. Yeah, might want to delay that one a bit. Either delay it or bump it up. But yeah, still don't really like the subtitle. Well, not even subtitle. The little subbar. Dying Light 2, Stay Human or Stay Alive. Just no. I refuse to add that whenever I talk about this game. It will just be Dying Light 2 to me. And the final bit of news that we got from, or at least the final big bit of news that we got from the Xbox showcase, is that cloud gaming is coming to Xbox consoles this holiday. That is Xbox Series S, Series X, and Xbox One. All of them will be getting cloud gaming this holiday if you are, of course, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscriber. Yep. This is awesome. I don't remember if they said that it was gonna come like this year originally when they were kind of talking about it before, but they have said that they wanted to bring it to consoles, and it is awesome that it is coming to consoles this holiday season. Of course, it's kind of perfect timing. You got some next gen exclusive games coming on the horizon and everything like that. So make it so that all your consoles can do cloud gaming. Whether it be you're on Xbox One, you want to play some next gen games, do it through the cloud. That way you can play these games. Or if you have a next gen console and you want to be able to play some of these games to the cloud, that you're going on a trip and you don't want to bring like the physical disc, or you just kind of forgot to just play through the cloud. Or there's a game that's out and you don't have it, but you want to give it a try. Play it through the cloud before you download it, or while you're waiting for it to download and stuff. It's cool that it's coming to consoles this holiday season. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to test out how this is going to work. I wonder if it will launch at the same time as one of our later things.
Yeah, we keep talking about this later thing, and promise you, it's like number 4 on our next topic. Yeah. So we're gonna get there. I imagine it will probably be coming in that ballpark. Yeah. I'm so certain they will want it to be in that ballpark for sure. So yeah, I want to win specifically this holiday season.
Maybe they could really screw over Dying Light 2 and launch it December 7th.
That'd be messed up. That'll be something. So yeah, that's really everything from the showcase, which, as we kind of said, nothing really big. And again, they kind of set the expectation of just updates on already announced things, Game Pass stuff. Nothing too like crazy was going to be here. But even still, it kind of gives off the vibe that, like, did this need to be a showcase? Because apparently there was a section where I think they were talking about Age of Empires 4, and they spent a lot of time detailing the history of the trebuchet. And it's just like, why do we need to talk about the trebuchet for so long? I didn't see this, of course, but I was reading all these reactions online, and people are saying, why are we still talking about a trebuchet? Why are we talking about this for so long? I don't care about the trebuchet. I don't need the History Channel breakdown of the trebuchet during an Xbox showcase. So yeah, it begs the question, did this need to be a showcase? Could this and should this have just been a bunch of press releases? And again, it kind of brings up the topic of, do you always need to have a showcase just to say you had a showcase? Keiran, what do you think?
I think what this boils down to for me is this was a really good visual version of what could have just been an Xbox Wire post. Like, it didn't need to happen. You didn't announce anything really apart from, maybe like a
the cloud gaming thing is honestly the only thing of consequence.
Yeah, that's really the only thing I would have said that needed to be physically announced on a stage or by people.
Well, here's the thing. Even that didn't need to be on a stage, but it's the only announcement here that kind of makes the showcase event worthy. But that could have and should have just been an Xbox Wire post, like many of their past cloud gaming and Game Pass Ultimate announcements have been. It could have been that. But this is the only one here that makes the event kind of worth it in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, but put it this way, I tuned in for, I think maybe toward just at the end of the Dying Light 2 section. I think I caught maybe the last minute of it. Mm-hmm. But I watched it for 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm just like, yeah, I have more important things to be doing right now than sitting and listening somebody talk. I forget the guy's name, but listen to somebody talk about how they're creating a visual an interactive museum in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I believe is what they talked about during that section. But this did not need to be a showcase. This could have just easily been a post or even just a series of videos that went up on the Xbox channel. They didn't need to be here. If you're your biggest announcement, the thing that they should have announced at the end of this showcase was announced later during Opening Night Live, which again, we'll talk about in a minute.
And even that got leaked the day of.
Exactly. But it's like this you don't just have a showcase for the sake of having a showcase. If you have stuff to show, then sure, showcase it. But if you just have like, a couple of updates on a couple of games you have in development that are interesting, sure. Like they're not like, don't deserve not to be highlighted. Just don't dedicate a basically hour and a half show during a very busy gaming period to stuff that you could easily have just put up a video on or put on an Xbox Wire post on. It doesn't need to be a thing.
Right. And it's like, Microsoft, they've been doing a great job with all their marketing stuff for like the past year. It's actually been really wild to see, like they've just been on a roll. And their E3 showcase, like I said, I think we both said as well, was their best E3 showcase in a very long time, arguably ever, period. Yep. And like, again, they did a similar thing to this back then at E3 time this year, except they did it later in the week. So like they already did the big announcements, and then that was just like a follow-up where, again, that could have been just Xbox Wire post, but it works as a follow-up to a big event. When this is your big event, it's just like, did this need to happen at all? And I saw some people, well, I mean, let me say first, I agree with everything you said. This didn't need to be a thing. It should have been a thing. Don't have a showcase just to say you have a showcase if you don't have anything really noteworthy to show. But again, that goes into what I was going to say, which is I saw some people online saying, maybe we shouldn't get mad at Sony for like just not really having too many showcases or like not having a summer thing as of yet, because like, do we want them to have a thing just to say they had a thing if there's nothing for them to show? It's like,
no, exactly.
Sony's been doing this for a while. Like when they have something to show, they're like, all right, state of play. This is what you can expect from the state of play. Come watch it. We're gonna have a showcase. All right, this is when we're going to have our showcase, and there will be some stuff there. Sony's not going to be like, yeah, we gotta have a showcase. Everyone's having a showcase. We gotta have a showcase, even though there's nothing really to show yet. We gotta do something. So I don't mean to make this a Microsoft versus Sony thing, just a point of comparison in which, I saw people bring up, which is a fair point of comparison.
Yeah, exactly.
With the situation, Sony has been very absent this year for the most part, aside from like their state of plays. They've kind of been just in the back. And of course, COVID affecting development, affecting plans and all like that across the industry. So of course, that is surely a factor in things and all like that. But I'm happy I didn't spend any time trying to watch this at all at work. And yeah, definitely seems like Microsoft should have not done this. Just don't do showcases to say I did a thing. Yeah. Just industry-wide advice.
Yeah, no, exactly. Really doesn't need to be anything of note. Just drop a couple of YouTube videos about it, move on, and then have a showcase when you actually have something to announce.
Okay, so that was showcase number 2 of the week that we talked about. But now we're at the main showcase of the week, the Big Daddy, the one that everyone had been actually looking forward to, and the one that was jam-packed with many, many big announcements. Gamescom Opening Night Live, hosted by Jeff Keighley, of course. That is what I'm talking about. Keiran, did you watch the showcase?
I did not. I was I forgot to say this at the top of the show, but I got a MacBook this week, so I was setting up that while this was on.
Congratulations on getting the MacBook. You
Thank
joined the
you.
Mac family. So yeah, I was half watching the showcase because I was at work. It was a busy day, so I was half watching it, like looking and also doing other stuff. But before we got on today, I basically rewatched the entire thing, so that way I could refresh myself on what was there and actually like pay attention to some of the announcements and some of the videos and all. There was a lot of good stuff here. And of course, we're only going to go through the highlights, and some of these will just be like a real quick, this is the thing that happened, and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
But even with just the highlights, I have 25 things here on the dock, which is crazy because Jeff said there were like 40 games shown.
Yep.
So there's a lot to go through. So Keiran, are you ready to go over the
I'm
highlights
ready.
from Gamescom Opening Night Live.
Let's do this.
All right. So the very first one, which kicked off the show, was the announcement of the Saints Row reboot, simply titled Saints Row. And it is coming out on February 25th, 2022. I believe it's coming to all consoles. I don't think it's a next-gen exclusive.
I will check.
So please check that for me. I don't believe they said it was. But it is, as I said, it's a reboot. It is set in the place called Santo Ileso in the American Southwest. And based off what I've read and what I've seen, what they've talked about, you're basically starting from the ground up. You aren't like the Saints that are like this well-known gang or anything. It's you and your friends forming your crew called the Saints. And you're going up against a bunch of the other different gangs and stuff in the town, in the city of Santo Ileso. And you're really just building up your team, your crew, and everything like that. You're building up the Saints. And based off what we've seen, we got like a cinematic trailer and then like a very short gameplay tease. We'll be getting more gameplay sometime soon. I forgot what date they said. But based off what we've seen, it looks like the game is scaling back the over-the-top silliness that we got with Saints Row 4 and Gat Out of Hell.
Yeah.
It looks like, correct me if I'm wrong, a middle ground between Saints Row 2 and 3. In the sense of we still have some over-the-topness in terms of what we see in the footage, like some of the weaponry and the personality and everything, but it's more grounded in reality than where Saints Row started to go, like with 3, really. Like at 3 starts off pretty grounded, but then kind of just escalates as you go further through the game. And then 4 is just you're abducted by aliens and they place you in a simulation and you're the president of the United States and all like that.
Yeah.
And stuff. So it looks like a nice middle ground. When I saw the trailer, I thought, okay, cool. I like this. This is awesome. A lot of the internet hated this.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, this looks like Fortnite. What are you doing to Saints Row? To which I didn't realize this until I was reading the article. The Volition Twitter was just like, if you think this looks like Fortnite, I don't think you know what Fortnite looks like.
Yeah.
And basically was clapping back and basically had to defend themselves, said, we're not backing down on this. Like, we are rebooting Saints Row. We're still staying true to what Saints Row is. We're just doing things in a different way. And I'm all for it. It looks really cool. It looks interesting. What were your thoughts on it?
I really like the look of it. I liked Saints Row 4, don't get me wrong, but I couldn't get on board with the like extreme over the top, superpowers, aliens, simulation. Like I didn't enjoy that aspect of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Still enjoy the game overall, kind of, just definitely not as much as 2 or 3. So I am very happy they're taking it in a more like a more serious direction, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
And not, going super over the top with it. I don't think this looks like Fortnite. Like I've seen the argument. Of course I have. Like the entire internet blew up with it. But I don't think this looks like Fortnite in the slightest.
It doesn't at all.
No, exactly. It's just I'm happy they're taking it in a different direction. I'm looking forward to playing it. I can confirm PS5, PS4, Series X and S, Xbox One, PC via the Epic Game Store. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I want to see more gameplay. I don't know when the date was. I'll look that up just now. But yeah, right. Really, really looking forward to it, actually.
Yeah, it looks cool. Like I said, this looks like what the series needed after just where it ended up. Again, just insanity, just utter insanity and just craziness. And it became so over the top that like the over the topness at first that we got with Saints Row 3, it's like, oh man, this is wild, but it's funny. And it's like self-aware. And Saints Row 4, granted, Saints Row 3 is the only one I played, but Saints Row 4 just became so over the top and self-aware that its self-awareness was just like too over the top as well. It's like it knows what it is, but it's going so hard in on it that it's just like you're doing too much.
Yeah.
So it's cool that they're like going back, like, all right, hold on, let's rein it in. Let's rein it in. We'll still have silliness. We'll still like will be grounded, but still have some fun with it at the same time.
Yeah.
So that was the very first announcement. The second announcement, brand new game announcement from 2K and Firaxis, the creators behind XCOM and Civilization, Marvel's Midnight Suns, coming March 2022. It's a tactics RPG where you play as a brand new character alongside other Marvel heroes to go against Lilith, the Queen of the Demons. This is the Marvel XCOM type game that we've been hearing about, rumored for quite some time. But we finally got to see it. It was a CG trailer that we saw, no gameplay. I believe the gameplay reveal is coming on September 1st, if I'm correct, is the date that they had in the trailer. But the trailer, it's based off just the cinematics. It seems pretty cool. We see in terms of characters, we see Doctor Strange, we see Iron Man, Captain America, Blade, Captain Marvel, Ghost Rider, the Robbie Reyes version of Ghost Rider specifically. Magic is in the trailer as well. I believe one of the girls from Runaways is in the trailer. It looks like it's going to be a really cool game. Storm is in it as well. I wasn't really a fan though of like the gold armor that everybody had at the end. I was like, kind of do without that. But overall, I liked the tone that it was going for. Keiran, did you see this?
I didn't know. I heard about it. I think I've seen pictures or screenshots from the trailer. I'm probably not going to get it. XCOM is not my kind of game, from what I understand. It's similar to that. So if you're into that sort of thing, great. I hope you enjoy the game. Just not for me.
Yeah, it's not this, of course, not for me either at all. I mean, who knows? Maybe seeing gameplay will make it for me. But as of right now, as it stands, just with the type of game it is, not for me, and that's totally fine. I just think it's also very cool. Again, Marvel putting their IPs with like the right teams. So Marvel giving Spider-Man to Insomniac and seeing what we got with that. And then we had Marvel and Team Ninja, I believe it was, do Ultimate Alliance 3. And that turned out good. It was a good game. Not great, but good. And then we have this now, Marvel and Firaxis doing Midnight Suns for this tactical RPG. Like, everyone's in the right places for the right games. And it's just awesome to see these new ideas, these new things coming up and potentially thriving and all like that.
Yeah. Small update. I can't find anything on a date for gameplay for Saints Row.
Gotcha. Well, sometime soon. I'm pretty sure it's happening sometime soon. So that was the second announcement. Then the third, this is again, Jeff started the show with back-to-back hitters, just hitter after hitter after hitter. It's crazy. The next one, we got a lengthy, basically about 10-minute demo for Call of Duty Vanguard. And this demo, it was fight in Stalingrad. And the playable character is the girl Polina. I forgot her last name, but she's the Russian sniper, also voiced by Laura Bailey in the game. In this footage, we see her, like, it starts off, she wakes up in like this destroyed building and she's stealthing around to defeat German soldiers, and then things, get chaotic, and then she gets knocked out, and then it cuts to literally 1 hour earlier, and it's the same area except it's peaceful, and like Russian soldiers have like the area kind of locked down, like they're like, all right, this is where we're set up, and you're walking around the area and it's all peaceful and calm and everything, and then you literally see the German planes come in and bomb the area and start shooting and attacking. And it gets real chaotic and real hectic, and it just goes from 0 to 100 real quick. It's really intense, and just trying to run on the roof, trying to escape and just survive and all like that. And then eventually she makes it inside a building and it cuts to black, and that's the end of the footage. What did you think of this showing for the game, Keiran? Because I know you and I, you more so than me, haven't really been into Vanguard. I've not been into it really on the basis of it being World War II, but I might still play it because I want to see more gameplay first. You, on the other hand, see more like, yeah, not for me, fam. It's just not going to happen. But seeing this gameplay, of course, it's not multiplayer. It's a mission from the campaign. But seeing this, did this do anything for you?
It kind of did. I'm still not getting the game. I just want to make that clear. just want to make that clear off the top of the mat, because I can't get on board with the World War II setting. It's interesting, sure. Make a game about it, not for me. But like it looks cool. It like, from what we saw, it looks visually really, really good. That's probably the thing
That's that Modern Warfare engine right there.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably the thing that stood out to me the most during the demo, was that visually the game looks pretty damn good. So it's got that going for it. Takedowns look. I mean, it looks like a Call of Duty game. That's probably the best praise I can give it. I would say is like it looks like Call of Duty. So
yeah, I will say real quick, in terms of like it looking like Call of Duty and gameplay wise, we did see 2 new additions to the gameplay in it. One of them being like when you're 2 new additions, 1 returning. 1, mounting does return, like it was in Modern Warfare. That wasn't in Black Ops Cold War, so that's back. Some people might like that, some people might not. I know mounting is kind of divisive. But alongside mounting, there's a new thing you can do where if you don't aim down sights while you're behind like cover, you can just do the blind fire. So instead of like aiming down your sights, you see it in the footage real quick. She's hiding behind a couch and the door opens and she just pops the gun up and pow, pow, pow. Yeah. But without like actually aiming down sights. It's just a reticle that's there. So that's a neat little feature. And then we saw some of the like destructible environment kind of sort of aspect in it, where
a little bit.
There's a part where she's walking and she's in one room and there are enemies in another room. And she shoots through like these boards that are on the wall and like this hole in the wall. She shoots through the boards and the boards like actually break, and then she like charges on through them to go into the actual room. So neat little features, neat little additions that I imagine will shake up the multiplayer gameplay for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of all I have to say, but it looks like Call of Duty. Like I said, it's probably the best praise I can give it. I'm still not going to play it though.
Yeah, like it looks like Call of Duty, which, I mean, for better or worse, if you like Call of Duty, you like it. If you don't, then it doesn't do anything for you. Like we said, visually, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Again, that the Modern Warfare engine. Modern Warfare is an amazing looking game, and Black Ops Cold War was definitely a step down because it was not on that engine, and I imagine also a rush development definitely did not help matters. But yeah, and visually it looks great, which is also part of why like it being World War II is a bummer, but I'm also excited to see what a World War II game looks like with the Modern Warfare engine, because that engine, again, like we've said, it's amazing, it's great, it's really, really good.
Yeah.
But also I really liked the we start off and it's stealthy and it's like we're in the midst of the destruction.
Yeah.
And then like it did the whole 1 hour earlier cut, and it's like you're only in the peaceful time for a brief moment, but that brief moment contrasted with everything that came before what you just did was a nice juxtaposition. It was just like, oh man, this is all nice here. And then when you are literally in everything being destroyed and shot up and blown up, like Polina's running and people are being blown up directly in front of her as she's running and trying to escape and everything. It's not like the attack starts and then like you're only there for 10 seconds and it cuts to black. Like, no, you are there in the midst of the attack, like running, and you're on the roofs and the fighters are shooting down at you and everything. Like being really in it like that for as long as you are was really intense for me. I was like, oh man, this is intense. This is crazy. And of course, I mean, that's a Call of Duty game right there. Like they kind of know how to get, really ramp up the excitement, the intensity, and the action and all like that. So I was really into it. And like I said before, I'm probably still going to get the game just see what my thoughts are on it. The multiplayer will really be a big factor in that. But I did like what we saw from this demo.
Yeah, no, I did. I like what I saw. Looks good. Not getting it.
Perfectly fine. Now, the next big announcement reveal that Jeff had is the one that we've been kind of dancing around and kind of hinting at for most of this show now.
Yep.
That being Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite was here, and it came with 3 things. 4, technically. It came with, first off, a release date that got leaked hours before the show happened.
Yeah.
The release date is not November 15th. It is December 8th, 2021. That is, just say it one more time, December 8th, 2021, coming in real hot, real late. And apparently this is the latest that a Halo game has ever been released, apparently. So we got the release date. Then we got a cinematic trailer for the first season of multiplayer. It showed one of the Spartan soldiers, I forgot her name, but kind of shows her talking with new Spartans, and also interspersed with like shots of her being saved by Spartans, like as when she was younger, and like getting the inspiration to become a Spartan soldier. And then after that, we got the footage. We got like the announcement of a limited edition Xbox Series Elite 2 controller and Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. Sorry, I messed up the wording right there. And it's themed after Master Chief. So like the D-pad on it is gold, everything else is green. There's like a bit of battle damage on the controller itself. Yeah. It looks cool. Looks better than the Forza run, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then they also announced a limited edition Series X that is all for the 20th anniversary of Halo, and it's also this theme like Halo Infinite. So you got like some space on it, and like some of the stars in space, and the controllers and the console have the same themed look. And the console and the top part, instead of like having the green little insert there where the holes are at the top, it's a blue one, and it has like Halo boot up and boot down noises. So they announced that, and it's $550. It's $549. So it's $50 more. It comes with the game. So when the game comes out, you get the game for free as a free download. Yes, Keiran.
Well, it's fine. What did you say the price was?
$549 US dollars. I'm sorry.
It's that if you can find it, because I'm looking on eBay just now. $1,000.
Okay, so here's the thing. $549 is how much it should be.
Yeah.
And how much it's supposed to be. How much scalpers are charging, different story entirely.
Yeah.
So this is what not Bungie, 343 and Microsoft brought with Halo. This should have been at the Xbox showcase.
Yep.
It wasn't though. It was here on this stage, which I get. You give Jeff your big announcement, except the win. Here's the thing, and this isn't their fault. This is no one's fault. Just the win got taken out of this announcement by the date getting leaked. Had the date not getting leaked, it would have been a big announcement.
Yeah.
But it got leaked beforehand. So going in, it's just like, so it's just the cinematic trailer and that's all we're getting. Okay. And I will say, I was disappointed by what we saw solely because of the fact that it was a cinematic trailer for multiplayer. And it's fair. Like, it was a full cinematic trailer. Like we've seen glimpses of that in past multiplayer trailers, like the Spartan talking to the others. We've seen like glimpses of that in past ones, but now we saw like the actual full intro cinematic stuff. Cool. But after a year of not seeing any actual campaign footage, the only time we've seen any campaign since last September, was it? Yeah, September. No. Yeah, July. Sorry.
Yeah.
Since last July was the very brief bit we got during E3 this year.
Yeah.
Aside from that, we have not seen any campaign since July of last year. And I thought we would have seen campaign. Now, I'm certain we will see campaign before the game comes out in December. I'm certain of that. And they already said they're in the polishing phase. They want it to look the best it can before they show it off again.
Yeah.
But because we didn't see anything and we just got a cinematic trailer for multiplayer, leads me to believe even more so than I did last week, that this game is going to come in very hot, like very hot in terms of being done.
Mm-hmm.
And this December release date, again, really makes me believe that they are doing anything and everything in their power to get it out this year, no matter how late it is. And that they are determined to have it come out this year, even though it should probably be delayed to next year.
Yeah, no,
and I'm just worried about that campaign because they're really putting a whole lot of emphasis behind the multiplayer. And like the multiplayer, everyone's been saying is great, but the campaign is what people are kind of concerned about, and we're not seeing any of it.
Yeah, no, I think my opinion is now more aligned with yours. Is like, They will do anything in their power to release that. Like they will release this at 11:59 p.m. on December 31st if they have to get it out this year, if they need to delay it again. But I am also quite concerned about campaign, considering we have seen nothing from it since last September. No, sorry, last July.
Yes.
I'm not being skeptical about it. I'm not being, like, oh yeah, this game is definitely going to be bad. I just think that if this is their shining glory game, the thing that's going to redeem them after Halo 5, why would you not be showing as much of this as you possibly can? Like, yes, they had to delay it. Yes, they had to polish it. Yes, they had to make it look better. But if they're in that polishing state now, surely not every single aspect of the game still needs to be polished. Show us something. It doesn't even have to contain like story elements. Just show us campaign gameplay. Just show you it doesn't have to reveal like, oh, okay, doing this mission with these people. Just show us like Master Chief in combat is basically all we're asking for. Is just like, we want to see campaign. I'm finding it a little bit weird you're not showing us campaign. So that being said, I like the trailer. Yeah,
it was fine. It wasn't a bad trailer at all. It's a cool one.
I would also like to clarify something you said. This is just me being nitpicky and like not anything bad. But when Tyler says that she is saved by Spartan, she is saved by Master Chief and Blue Team.
That Master Chief was there. Honestly, I didn't realize that was Master Chief.
Yeah, so I've got the trailer pulled up just now. But yeah, I was gonna say that. What like my favorite part of this trailer is when the woman turns to run away, a drop pod comes in and Master Chief walks out, gives her a nod and like pulls around and shields her from a brute fire.
I like that part. I guess I'm stupid and just when I watched it didn't realize, oh, that's Master Chief. Was the 117 on him or no?
I will.
It might not have been. Regardless, I did not realize it was supposed to be him because I'm stupid, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah,
I to be fair, you have to look for it to see it. You can't notice it here smaller. But yeah, no, Master Chief and Blue Team are the one that drops in and sit and save her. But yeah,
that's a neat little touch.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I really enjoyed the trailer. I really, really, really want one of those Elite controllers because like I was very, very close last week to buying an Elite controller Series 2. But then I was like, you know what? I want to wait. I want to, see if they reveal 3 at any point in the next year or so. But now that they've shown off this Master Chief one, I'm like, I kind of just want to buy that one.
Do it if you can.
But yeah, I am looking forward to Infinite. More so
sure.
Now that it has a release date.
Yeah.
I want to see what's going on with campaign because it's slightly concerning to me. We haven't seen anything for it since they delayed the game.
Yeah. Like above all else, we want the game to be good. Both of us. We both want it to be a great game.
Absolutely.
And just, all the news surrounding it and stuff has us concerned and just worried that it's either in big trouble, which most likely it's having troubles. Most likely.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I'm really curious. I'm really fascinated about the story. I know someone's going to come out with a story about what happened behind the scenes. I want to read that story. But yeah, just alleviate our fears, 343. Please. Thank you.
Can I throw in something Halo related that you don't have here in the doc, but I have seen
this that?
Week? The way that the battle pass will work in.
Oh yeah, I did see that. I forgot to mention it and stuff.
No, you're good. Yeah, so the way that the battle pass will work in Halo Infinite is you will not earn XP to gain levels in the battle pass. You will complete challenges. There will be daily challenges you complete, and that is how you will gain levels in multiplayer. Which I have seen people really badly react to. I've seen people really positively react to it. I think the majority of people have negatively reacted to it, but in my opinion, I don't really think it's that terrible. It's just it's a different way of leveling up. It's not, and like people who have played the flight for it have said like challenges are like get 5 headshots, play 1 game. So it's not like you have to like really work for it. It's just I think people have a knee-jerk reaction to not because like in basically every other game, the way you level up a battle pass or level up a multiplayer is with XP. So
just by playing the game.
Yeah, exactly. But it's the exact same kind of thing here. It's like you still level up just by playing the game. It's just done a little bit differently. So I don't think it's a huge deal. I don't think it's going to affect the game that much. So I haven't played it though. So we'll see when it comes out.
I saw that, and I actually understand some of the concerns people have, because the concerns people have is either A, how many daily challenges are there for me to actually do to level up, since my progress is tied to completing challenges?
Yeah.
And B, how much the challenges will affect the gameplay, because some of the challenges might be like, someone actually, and there was an IGN article about it, and they kind of sourced like a Twitter conversation someone had, and the person was saying, I'm paraphrasing here, but basically like, the challenges will basically mess with the gameplay and the gameplay sandbox. So for example, if there's a challenge that says get 15 needler kills, then that means that anyone who has that challenge, let's say everyone has the same daily challenges, right? Or not, but say everyone who has that challenge is going to be focusing only on using the needler to get 15 needler kills. And yeah, you might just get needler kills easily. It might not be that difficult, but if you have multiple people in a match who have that same challenge, all trying to complete it, then you have multiple people all focusing on camping a needler spawn or fighting each other over a needler and everything like that, which then affects the gameplay. You're playing with people who aren't focused on the objective; they're focused on getting needler kills, as opposed to, hey, I gotta control that point over there instead of controlling the needler spawn to get my 15 kills. Or even something as simple as headshots. For someone who might not be the most accurate when it comes to getting headshots and stuff. If you can't get your headshots or struggle to get headshots, it will take you longer to progress your battle pass because you are being held up by getting these headshots.
Yeah. To that argument, I would say that the battle pass doesn't expire, so you use it for however. But no, I completely understand where you're coming from. Like it will change how the game is played. I just think that the reaction to it over, like I've seen some, like, let's just say very negative reactions to it, probably less than favorable reactions to it.
Yeah, like, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. It's just less convenient.
Yeah.
Than, hey, I'm completing matches, I'm doing anything and anything and everything in the game, and I'm just earning XP towards it. That's all. And I could understand being annoyed by that. So that's all our Halo Infinite talk. Do you have any final thoughts on Halo Infinite from Gamescom before we move on?
I don't think so. Just I'm still very much looking forward to it.
And with that, we're going to move on to the fifth big highlight from Gamescom Opening Night Live. That being an indie game from Devolver Digital, and I can't remember the developer's name, but it's a game called Cult of the Lamb. It is a roguelike type game. And if you ever watch the trailer, it's an interesting trailer. Has a nice, cool, like cartoon Saturday morning cartoon art style and all. But basically, like, from what I gather from the trailer, you're a lamb and you're about to be literally executed, and then you get possessed by this spirit that gives you all the strength, and then you're basically going around saving other animals that are in what appears to be hell with you from being executed, and you're creating your own flock, your own group of followers that are, helping you out as you try and save them and stuff like that. It's a weird explanation, but the game actually looks really cool and looks fun. So if you haven't given it any attention or haven't seen anything for it, definitely go give it a look. It's a cool looking game. Keiran, you got anything to say about that one?
I'm watching it. I haven't seen anything of this. I'm skimming through the trailer just now. Yeah, no, it looks pretty cool. It's a roguelike, so I'm interested. So I'll be checking
After
this
Hades,
out.
you're on the train.
Yeah, Hades, Death's Door, Dreamscaper. Been playing quite a lot of roguelikes recently.
Nice. Then there's another indie game here, if I'm correct. You just said it was developed by one person, called Midnight Fight Express, coming next year in the summer. And this game, it looks like it's a game where You're basically going around beating people up and stuff like that. It just has a really cool style to it in all that I really like. And there's a part at the end of the trailer where basically your character walks into an elevator and you are basically beating up Makarov and his guys from Modern Warfare 2. Because you walk in, like the guy walks into the elevator and you hear no Russian. And the guys are dressed up exactly like they are from Modern Warfare 2. So it makes me think, are there going to be levels in this game that are homages to other properties, whether it be games or movies and stuff? Because if so, that's actually really cool. So yes, if you have not checked out Midnight Fight Express, go give that one a look as well. It looks really cool and looks like it could be really fun. Do you have anything to say about that before I keep on going?
I do not.
All right, remember, put the hand up if you got anything to say, so because I'm going to be speeding through some of these. TMNT Shredder's Revenge. That is the like the side scroller beat 'em up type style game for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We got a confirmation that April O'Neil is a playable character, so you not want to be playing as the shell covered teenagers. I was trying to say something clever and funny there. Didn't really work out. But you won't just be playing as the Turtles. You'll be able to play as April as well. Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles, got a short little teaser, short little footage there, basically showing some of the boss battle for Rui. Little preview footage of that fight. If you know Rui, if you don't know him, he's the spider kid in the forest from Demon Slayer in that season, that whole arc. If you know who it is, you know what I'm talking about. You know that's cool, and you know why like that fight is just. I want to see what a certain part from that fight will be like in the game, because there's a part in that fight in the anime that is goated. It is goated. So all I'm gonna say, Keiran, if you ever watched that show, if you ever watched Demon Slayer, if you have not watched it yet, episode 19. That's all I'm gonna say. Episode 19.
It's on my list of things to watch.
Episode 19. I wish I watched that episode for the first time on my TV. I didn't. I had watched it on my laptop, and I watched it a year after the show came out. But I remember when this episode aired, Twitter was losing it over this episode, over a certain part of this episode. So when I got to this episode, I didn't realize it was the one until I got to that part, and I was like, oh my God, this is the part. This is the thing. What? Oh my gosh. Rewatched it a bunch. I was like, I wish I watched this on my TV the first time. It's my TV, 4K OLED, not 4K OLED, but 4K QLED HDR. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Let me rein it back in before I just go off on an anime tangent. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. They announced that Morgana is going to be a guest character in the game. Morgana is from Persona 5, if you did not know. I believe he joins other guest characters such as Kazuya Kiryu from Yakuza. He's also a guest character in Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, if I'm right. Very interesting. So that happened. Splitgate, they got a season 0 trailer. They announced season 2 is live as of now. Showed trailer, new map modes and stuff coming to it. That's that. Riders Republic got another trailer showing off, basically giving an overview of the game and the story and showing the different things you could do and everything. It was cool. Nothing to write home about with the trailer, though. Just showing more of what we've kind of seen already. Then we got our first look in a very long time at Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga with a new trailer that showed off a lot of gameplay. And this game is coming out in spring 2022 to current and last-gen consoles and PC. I want this game. I've not played a Lego game in a very long time. The Lego Star Wars ones were my favorites. I want this game. I will probably be picking this up.
I don't understand the whole hype behind it. Like, no, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy the Lego games, especially the Star Wars ones. I don't get why people are so excited for it.
I think people are excited for it because it's the first Lego Star Wars game we're getting since 2015 when Force Awakens came out. And this one is covering all 9 movies in one game. There's that. People are excited for it because, as you can see from the trailer, the gameplay is very different from past Lego games, where past Lego games, it was like, the isometric camera view, you were, like the overhead style and stuff like that. Whereas this, it's more of a traditional third person camera type perspective on everything and stuff. And it looks like they're doing other interesting things in terms of like going around the planets and the worlds and stuff like that. It looks like they're really changing up the gameplay for this game in a really interesting way. And it also looks like the writing and stuff is going to be different. So it won't be using like direct lines from the movies. It looks like they'll be using the lines from the movies as inspiration, but like looks like they've written their own lines for it as well. Because there's a part at the end of the trailer where you have Luke talking with Yoda and the ghost of Obi-Wan, and Yoda's like, "You're not ready," and Luke's like, "Yes, I am. Ben, tell him I'm ready. Tell him I'm ready." And then like his lightsaber just like ignites the wrong way. Like that never happened in episode 5, of course, but like it looks like they're doing different things and stuff.
Yeah.
So it looks cool. And also, again, it's Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars was traditionally one of the favorites and one of the better Legos like series franchise games and all like that. So it coming back, it just has a lot of people excited. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, no,
I'm your question.
I'm probably gonna be picking it up.
Next up, we got the Outlast Trials coming next year. It's a game set in the Outlast universe. It's a horror survival game. You could play it solo or multiplayer with other people. I saw the trailer. I'm like, okay, it is an Outlast game that is doing Outlast things, and I'm not going to play it. Yep. But so the next trailer here is possibly my favorite from the entire showcase. This game is so out there that I don't even know how to describe it, even based off the gameplay that we see here. But this game is utterly gorgeous, and it's just wild. It's crazy. I made Keiran watch the trailer for it before we started the show because he hadn't seen it. And I was like, I'm not telling you nothing about this. You're going to watch this before we start because I need you to say something about this when we get to it because I need you to understand what this game is. And this game is called Dokev, is how it's pronounced, but it's spelled Dokev. Dokev. And it's a game where it's like it's a creature collecting open world game. You play as a kid in this game in this open world, and you got creatures you can collect and stuff, it looks like, but it looks like you can also fight with giant weapons and stuff. And you got a gorgeous open world. The game's beautiful and really action-packed. I have no idea what to make of it, but I want to play it. Keiran, I told you not to tell me your thoughts when you watched it earlier. Also, side note, the trailer had a really fun song playing in the background the whole time too. Keiran, what are your thoughts on this game?
Honestly, that can't be gameplay they showed, right? The game looks too good.
I know, it looks so gorgeous, especially with everything going on.
No, I don't say this lightly, but this genuinely might be the best looking game I have ever seen.
Honestly, like it's beautiful, vibrant, colorful, bright. It's like, oh my gosh.
Like there are points of this that genuinely look like lifelike. It's insane. Like if you ever watched the trailer, go watch it. Like seriously, it looks insane. Like I wrote down on my phone, like I didn't write down a lot, but I think I wrote down like 2 words. But I wrote down
good
that,
looking.
Basically, yeah, but no, it like in terms of the gameplay, it reminds me of like Sunset Overdrive mixed with Monster Hunter. Is like
that's a fair combination right there, I guess you could say.
Like that's probably one of the easiest ways I can describe it. But like, I really need to play this game. It looks really good.
It does.
I am so glad you made me watch this trailer because it's like the graphics alone have sold me on this game. Like, I can't say much more than that. It looks amazing. If you haven't watched the trailer, go watch it, please. It looks incredible.
Yeah, this is the one where while I was at work, it popped up and I was like, okay, I'm doing something else. Then it starts. I'm like, this is a nice song. I look over. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this looks beautiful. Like this is the one trailer where I kind of stopped what I was doing to focus on this more than my work. And I was like, oh man, this game looks wow. What is this? I don't know what the heck I'm watching. I don't know what I'm seeing. I don't know what's happening, but it looks amazing and it looks like a lot of fun. So I'm in on it on that alone.
Yeah, 100%. Like I'm watching the trailer again, just that 100%. I'm in for this game.
Yeah, like I think there are probably some articles out there about it. I got it, which I haven't read, just have not had the time. I do want to read up about this game, but oh man, DokeV, yo,
Mm-hmm.
clap it up to them, clap it up to that game. That game looks amazing. Looks like a lot of fun. If you have not, as Keiran said, if you have not watched that trailer already, go watch it. It's spelled DOKEV, DokeV. Look it up on YouTube. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Leave it
like
at that.
actually, I have one more thing to say.
Go ahead.
If this game hasn't been shown anywhere before, so I don't think it has. If this game hasn't been shown anywhere before, this is a hell of a trailer to come out swinging with.
I think like because I read on Twitter, I think it was originally announced as like an MMO type game.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's changed or anything since original announcement. I don't know if this is the first time we're seeing it either. But I think this game was like it was a known thing, but
Okay.
not widely known thing. That's what I believe.
Yeah,
Do not quote me or take that as gospel.
move over Pokemon Arceus.
Word. Pokemon Legends Arceus. You gotta. I know you got the Pokemon name behind you. You're gonna make money anyway. But DokeV over here,
Yeah.
that's looking like the real one.
Mm.
Okay. Moving on now from the showstopper DokeV, quite literally the showstopper.
Mhm.
Jurassic World Evolution 2 dropped some gameplay. That's coming November 9th, 2021. Far Cry 6 got a story trailer. Of course, the game's coming out October 7th. The trailer, gave us some more insight behind the villain of the game. Giancarlo Esposito is playing him. I'm blanking on the character's name, but the kid's name is Diego Anton. Anton's the Giancarlo's character's name. Anton, blanking on his
Anton
last
Castillo.
name. Castillo. There you go. Yes. It was a cool trailer. I thought it was interesting. This was called a story trailer because I definitely thought we got a story trailer like months ago, but okay. The game still looks good though. It still looks good. Still looks fun. I forgot it was October 7th though. Boy, that is coming up fast. Very, very fast. Then we got a trailer for the Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. That is the Battle Royale game in the Vampire the Masquerade universe. I think this trailer showed off one of the clans that's in the game. Cool trailer, cool game if you're into it. I'm not, but the gameplay does look fun. Then we got a trailer for Park Beyond. That game is coming next year to PC and PS5 and Xbox Series consoles. It's a park builder, basically, but it looks like a fun park builder. It looks like you can make some really wacky, futuristic rides. Like there's one in the trailer where like it kind of like it shoots. It's a roller coaster that shoots you out, and then you're like flying in the air, and then you land on the rails on the other side. It's like okay, you can do things like this, and all right, that is a Park Beyond for sure. Then moving on, we got a trailer for Jet to the Far Shore. This game was, of course, first shown at the PlayStation 5 reveal event last year. We saw it in a more recent state of play, past couple months. It got a release date October 5th, PlayStation 4, PS5, Epic Game Store. It'll be available then. I'm not really into it. Like I said before, when we last talked about it, the world and the story seem interesting. The gameplay is just not for me though. But I'm sure there are a lot of people that are excited for it. So that's coming soon. Then we got the announcement that Horizon Forbidden West has a release date. It has indeed been delayed to next year. It is coming February 18th, 2022. Take your time. Take your time. I'm happy to wait. There's many other games coming out. February is very stacked now. That comes out a week before Saints Row.
Yeah.
That's a bit of a time. Saints Row might want to move maybe because I don't know, coming out a week after Horizon might not be the best move, but we'll see. And Horizon Zero Dawn also got a 60 FPS patch for PS5, so that's available now. I am sincerely hoping, I doubt this will happen, but I'm hoping that Breath of the Wild's sequel does not come out in the same month as Horizon.
No.
I hope it does not. Nintendo lately has been announcing release dates for games like a month or two before some of them come out.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping they don't just say Breath of the Wild sequel's coming out February 19th, 2022. Have fun, Horizon. Just for Sony to be like, son of a gun, not again. Have you ever seen Fantastic Mr. Fox?
No.
It's like a stop motion movie. I don't know. I forgot who it's by, but there's a part where
Roald Dahl?
huh?
Roald Dahl?
maybe that was who wrote the book, if there was a book based on it. But the movie, I don't know. I forgot who wrote it. I forgot who made the movie and all. But there's a part in the movie where there's a character who's in a room and something happened, and he absolutely flips out, and he just goes in the room. He just goes, and he just walks around the room, just flipping tables and throwing things off walls and stuff. And he's just angry. I imagine that is exactly what would happen if Breath of the Wild is announced to be coming out anywhere within the same month of Horizon. Sony in the world is going to be like, just flip out and just toss things around the around the room and the walls and stuff, and just be like, we'll delay to March then.
Two things. One, Fantastic Mr. Fox, just a bit of trivia for everyone, is a book published by written by Roald Dahl, published in 1970.
Ah, nice.
Secondly, have you seen the Aloy gameplay for Genshin?
I have not, because I don't care about Genshin Impact, but I know it's a thing.
Exactly the same as me.
Yeah, I know it's a thing. I didn't put it in here because I'm like, it's a thing. I don't think it needs to be in here as a highlight. But since Keiran mentioned it, Aloy is crossing over into Genshin Impact. So if you play Genshin Impact, I think she might be in there now, or she's coming soon. Aloy's coming. I think she's also the first like crossover character too. So there's that. So hats off to Genshin for getting Aloy in there. All right, a few more things here. New World, the Amazon MMO that was a smash hit with this more recent beta that happened. They got a trailer for the open beta that is happening September 9th to the 12th. The game is coming out September 28th, so jump on that if you can. Fall Guys is crossing over with Jungle Book very soon. It's gonna have like a King Louis event, and there's gonna be like skins for Baloo, the kid whose name I'm blanking on. I've only seen Mowgli. Any other time I would know his name. Right now, gone. So yeah, there'll be Jungle Book skins and stuff. Crossfire X got a gameplay trailer, not for the campaign though. Pretty sure that was multiplayer gameplay in the trailer.
It is.
So that's the thing. Wonder where that single player is that Remedy's working on. Wonder when we'll see it.
Well, I mean, it's meant to be releasing this year, so
exactly. Who knows where it is? Who knows when we'll see it? And then two more things. Sifu got a release date. It is coming out February 22nd, 2022. Woo woo! Although again, February is stacked.
I hope that game does well, because that is the same day as the Witch Queen.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Same day as the Witch Queen. 4 days after Horizon, 3 days before Saints Row. I hope that it does well.
Yeah, I honestly I want that game to do well because it looks really cool. So I think they should move the release date.
A lot of games in February need to move their release dates.
Yeah.
So that they can all have time to breathe. Because Horizon, right on top of Destiny, which is right on top of the Witch Queen, like there's just no time. There's no time.
Yeah. I think we need to just, sit Sony and Bungie and Sifu and all everyone down in the room and be like, listen, guys, we know we want all your games, but come on. Please
work with the people. And then the show ended with a very in-depth trailer for Death Stranding Director's Cut that showed off a bunch of different features and things coming to the Director's Cut. And here's the thing. This trailer was almost 10 minutes long. It's a fine trailer showing different things. Why was this the very last one?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was the end of the show. And I don't think we knew this was the final one. Well, I mean, if you look at the time, you kind of would guess, all right, it's going to be the end of the show. Yeah. But like, that was the final trailer. And that was a note to end on. It's not a bad trailer or anything, but I don't think that's what you end your showcase on. In my personal opinion.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, doesn't make sense to me. This is the last thing they showed, and that I would argue that it didn't exactly need to be that long. Like, I haven't watched it because I don't really care about Death Stranding. It's not a game I really plan on playing, but I don't think it needed to be that long.
It's Kojima put that trailer together. It was going to be lengthy. He said, I personally made this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, those are all the highlights from Gamescom Opening Night Live. Overall, though, it was a really great show, start to finish. There was a lot of great announcements in there. And the pacing was like really good. The pacing did kind of like get broken up by like award announcements that got dropped during it. It's just like, wait, hold on, we're doing awards here? What? It was just like, yeah, Best Nintendo Switch game. The nominees are Mario, Mario and Rabbids, the new one, and this other game. And the winner is Mario and Rabbids. It's like, wait, huh? What? Wait, what? Huh? What are we doing? The best PlayStation 5 game. I guess best PlayStation game was something this, and Elden Ring. The winner is Elden Ring. How are we? Wait, what? Wait, what? I was like, I didn't know we were doing awards here. And how are we even doing it? Not more nominations, huh? Halo Infinite won for best Xbox game. It was just very weird. The like award interstitials and all. But regardless, overall, the show as a whole was very good.
Yeah.
Keiran, do you have any final thoughts on Gamescom Opening Night Live?
I don't have any final thoughts on the showcase. I mean, it sounds good. Like I said, I didn't watch it live, but there was some really solid stuff and I was doing it. I have one thing I want to tack on the end just because I want to make people aware of it, because I am very much looking forward to this game. It's from a really small indie studio. I want people to buy it. Moonglow Bay is coming out October 7th.
Yes, I feel like they showed that during the showcase. Maybe I thought they did. It appeared at some point in time this week. Yeah. I know that for a fact because I saw someone on Twitter mention it, so I know it appeared somewhere this week. But yes, that is cool.
Just for anyone who doesn't remember, Moonglow Bay is that like really adorable looking fishing game.
Yes, the voxel based one.
Yes, that has this kind of like dark under thing to it with like monsters in the sea and stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. It's coming to Game Pass day one. I really want people to try it because it looks really, really good.
Well, there you go. Here's your last little plug from Keiran. Go keep an eye on Moonglow Bay. Got me messing up the words. And possibly even give it a try when it comes out.
October 7th.
Don't forget that. All right. We are going to do now what have we been playing? And I just laughed because I knew what I had. And then I knew what Keiran had, but then I saw another thing here and I was like, wait, what? I was like, LOL. I'm just like, either you're laughing or you mean the game. One of the two. Like, I don't get why that's there, but we'll find out when we get there. I'll do mine real quick though. I've played two things this week. One I can't talk about for stupid reasons. One I can't talk about. The other one, just more Ghost of Tsushima, going to the Iki Island DLC. I did not finish it this week like I wanted to. I just didn't get much of a chance to play it during the week. Most of the time I played it was after we recorded last week on Saturday. That was why I spent like the majority of my time playing it. But that game, again, the Iki Island DLC, I'm really enjoying it. It's really cool. The story is great. The gameplay is fun. The world, again, it's Ghost of Tsushima. And like I said before, if you liked Ghost of Tsushima, this Iki Island DLC is more Ghost of Tsushima in the best way possible. It's just a really fantastic addition to the game. And if you have been following me on Twitter, you have been seeing a lot of screenshots from it. I do not apologize because that game is gorgeous and it's beautiful and it needs to be shared with the world. That's all I gotta say though about what I've been playing this week, because I can't talk about the other thing I've been playing, which is stupid. So anyway, well, I will say I would have played, if I had time, I would have started playing Marvel's Avengers because I did buy it. I did buy it last week before we recorded. I meant to tell you. I actually have the case. It's over there. I would have started playing that. When I start playing, I want to be able to like sit down and like actually dig into it for a good 2 hours, and I just didn't have the time to do that. So, and I also wanted to finish Iki Island first before I did that too. So that's why I didn't start that this week. But I will be starting that sometime very soon, for certain. Keiran, what did you play this week?
So this week I've been playing 3 things, none of which I have a whole lot to talk about because the one that I would have a lot to talk about, I haven't played it for that long. I played it for maybe like an hour. But I've been playing Hades, of course, because I love that game. Because the story does not stop when you beat the game. The story continues. That's all I'll say.
Interesting. I didn't know
that. I will be beating the game many more times.
Okay.
Luckily, they have some really solid end game content for you to like. I mean, I suppose like the entire game is end game content because it's just you're trying to escape. But like they once you escape once, they add in something else that makes it like different for you.
I see.
To go through, which I mean, if you watch the video, you'll see a little bit of. But been playing more Hades. Still really enjoying the game. I have beat it 4 times now.
Okay.
So yeah, solid game.
Good for you.
All I really have to say. My next one, lol. I do mean the game. I've been getting back into League. I don't have really anything to say about it other than like, don't take extended breaks from League because you will become terrible at the game. So, no, I mean I've been doing all right. I've gotten a couple of S ranks, so
Nice.
maybe. And then finally, Destiny 2 is the final game. Like this is the one that like I would have more to say about it if I play more. I have done the mission. So like whenever a new season starts in Destiny 2, they have a new quest. When you boot up the game for the first time, you are put into the first mission for that season to get the like seasonal artifact, which this season is the Wayfinder's Compass, which you use to find members of the Awoken or the Lost, as they're called. So I've done I've done that quest, and then I have done the event, which I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. But it's like you go into it's kind of like a challenge thing where you defeat waves of enemies is the easiest way I can describe it.
I see.
I think it should be in that link. I'll find it later and I don't know. My brain is not working right now, but yeah, like I say, I really, really want to get like properly into Destiny because it's a game that I really enjoy. I really enjoy playing it. I love the entire like customization aspect of it, like however deep that goes. So like I will be like, I mean, like I said during our Destiny discussion, I put a Facebook post on in the group, so I've gotten a few replies to that. So I will be adding people, and then I'll bully Tyler into playing with me as well.
When I eventually start, I gotta give me time to get there. It's that point. Which I will say also, depending on how things go the next couple of weeks, it might be a while before I start playing Destiny again.
Fair.
I will say that much. You'll understand in a couple of weeks. You'll understand soon why I say that.
Okay. It's cryptic.
It's very cryptic.
So I can tell you I can tell you 2 games will be starting this week or this coming week at least. Now that they've released the 60 frames per second patch, I'll be starting Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's a game I bought ages ago and just haven't been bothered to start yet, but I will be starting that probably this week. Cool. I have downloaded and will be playing 12 minutes. I have not.
Okay, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
I want to see what you think of the game because I'm sure you've seen reception online, and a lot of it's either very divisive or it's very negative, the reception to this game. And I've seen a lot of people being like, yo, the ending is terrible. I've seen a lot of people say. So I'm curious. And I've been like eager to read about what this ending is, but I'm not going to because I know I want to play this game.
Yeah, no, I've seen a bunch of videos on YouTube like explaining the ending of 12 minutes ending explained, but I've downloaded it. I will be playing it this week. I don't think it's a terribly long game, so
I don't think so.
Yeah, I will have thoughts on that next week. But that is the extent of what I've been playing. Nothing too exciting. Nothing I really have a lot to talk about on.
Okay, well, looks like maybe next week, hopefully, the two of us will have some new stuff to talk about. Hopefully, I will be done with Ghost of Tsushima. I do not think. I know I said last week that I think I wanted to do like a video review for the Iki Island DLC. I don't think I'm going to, just because time to actually put in to finish it, and then time to I don't think I'm gonna have the time to do that anytime soon. And I think it would be better served by just like knocked out the game real quick because there's other things I also need to do as well. So finish that. Hopefully this coming week I'll finish it. And hopefully this coming week, I will be able to start Marvel's Avengers. So yeah, that's kind of where my gaming headspace is at right now. So yeah, maybe each of us will have to do games to talk about next week. We will see. That will bring episode 22 of the Plays and Win podcast to a close. Thank you all very much for watching and listening. We hope you all enjoyed. Remember to subscribe to us over on YouTube. Tick the notification bell so you know when videos go live right away and can be one of the very first people to watch them. Like, comment, and share the videos as well with anybody and everybody that you think would like the show, which should be everybody that you know, because we like to think that we put on a good show over here. By the same coin, also like, share, and review the show on podcast services. it also helps us out a whole lot. We all greatly appreciate it. Follow us over on Twitter at Play to Win Game and Instagram as well for updates on the show and other little postings that we may do. Keiran, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Badlynet, BADLYNET, all one word.
Fantastic. And you can find me over on Twitter at Tyler Miller 2496. Like I said, I've been posting a lot of Ghost of Tsushima screenshots. If you want to see them, just go through my media. There, I've been posting all mine over there. And I even posted 2 that are in like portrait mode. So if you want a nice phone wallpaper, you got a nice phone wallpaper for you. They're good pictures. Promise you that. I love that game. It's gorgeous. But yeah, aside from that, of course, I tweet about gaming industry, game stuff, anime, all types of jazz. Ooh, there's a new episode of My Hero Academia that came out today. Or there should be. Gotta watch that. Maybe I'll watch that tonight. And I'll tweet about it. Alrighty. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed the episode. Follow us on all the platforms. Keep up with us. Thank you all very much for watching and or listening. We will talk to you all next week. Have a great one.
See you later.